All right, so first story I got for you, which it's not a lot. Thursday, Friday is usually kind of weak. It's pretty weak. I really couldn't find much, but this is the big thing that like the internet's talking about right now today. So for those of you who don't know where Evo Japan is going on, which is Japan's version of Evo, it's just, you know, an extension. You know, with that comes gameplay reveals for fighting games, gameplay news, and today we finally got some gameplay of the recently announced HunterXHunter Impact fighting game. And people were a little bit concerned because when you hear anime fighter, people just assume, including myself, Naruto 3D arena style game, but it turns out it's actually a 2D anime fighter and it's a 3v3 game. But it's already catching some flack. Some people are saying the graphics, I'm not gonna lie, this looks PS3. People are saying Rise of the Ronin this looks PS3. People are saying the graphics are a little ashy, it's a little Mugen looking. It's a 3v3 that's only launching with 16 characters, and in comparison, this dude said that Marvel vs. Capcom 3 had 38, Fighters had 24, and King of Fighters had 39. Let's check out this gameplay. I got a couple clips for y'all. It's like just like there's no official gameplay trailer that I know of. It's just there's like a demo, there's a playable demo at Evo Japan, and I guess like gameplay's been leaking online from like pros playing this shit, which also means expect to see some sweaty gameplay. A 3v3 with only 16 characters. Yeah, here's the menu right here. Like this shit look a little PSP to me, I'm not gonna lie. Don't care about graphics if it's fun. I feel that. All right, and then the gameplay I got right here. Is this an official gameplay trailer or the same shit I got right here? This is the same shit I have right here. So then here's some gameplay. Gameplay actually looks fun. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how to feel about this. Like I wasn't really that impressed. So it's like a Marvel vs. Capcom tag fighter. It's inspired. My thing is like we already got Project L coming or 2XO, and unfortunately because this is gonna be a tag-based fighter, instantly it's gonna get compared to that, and 2XO looks way better than this shit. In this gameplay, because it's Evo, it's a bunch of pros playing, so like it's not a proper gameplay reveal, which some people tried to clown me. This man is just spamming projectiles. This shit looks choppy. And I had tweeted, I was like, this is a weird way to like reveal your game. Like, I feel like the official gameplay reveal for this game is why some people make the argument that pro gaming is ruining everything, which I get. They debuted it at Evo, but I'm like, yo, it's a new game. Like, just have fun. Like, just have fun, press some buttons, let's see some mechanics. Instead, these niggas is having a whole pro match. Watch. Spamming projectiles. What's Mugen? It's a fan-made fighting game that virtually has every character in there from Barack Obama to Goku. Like the art style is similar to this. Yeah, spamming already. They trying extra hard. Killua is OP. Yeah, every annoying person is gonna like Killua. Maybe the gameplay. Like, I just didn't like this gameplay. Maybe this is different. Let me see what you sent me. Even the YouTube version, it still looks ashy like the graphics. Okay, he's doing other stuff. You got the Chupacabra. Shout out to Tay Eddie with the sub. Appreciate you. And Butter. What we thinking though? What we thinking? How you feel about the Tomb Raider series? I just started playing for the first time. Which one? Are you talking about the new Tomb Raider or are you talking about the old one? Are these devs ex-Marvel vs. Capcom devs? I don't know who's making this. Is this a real game? Yeah, this is from a playable demo at Evo. Is the choppiness because of the live stream? I'm not sure, but I'm gonna assume. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. It probably is the live stream. I don't know what it is. Like, it's just something off about this game to me. I don't know. Like, I don't. Is it the sound design? It's not really. It's hard for me to get excited about this when we got. This is another tag base for when we got this coming, right? Like, you hear that sound design. It feels like the punches are really hitting. The art is better. It flows better. He said, "Go at your gut." Like, it's just hard for me to get excited about this shit. Like, I give him kudos. I give him this much kudos because it's not another arena brawler. Thank God, another 3D arena brawler. But I'm not sold on this game. Yo, shout out to J Scott and Omac with the sub. Hisoka. Looks like another game they just slapped Hunter mods on. Like, this is a new game, but I feel like Dragon Ball FighterZ looks better than this. Like, visually, and that's like a fucking 6-year-old game, something like that. As a Hunter fan, I'm a bit disappointed. The graphics aren't hitting. The lack of characters off rip is concerning, and the gameplay just looks okay. Yeah, the weak roster, too. You see that right there? Like, something's off about the sound design to me. Like, I feel like there's a lot of empty space right here. Hold up. Like, that didn't have the impact I thought it should have. It's gonna be a phone game, mobile game. Hunter doesn't have a lot of people. They don't have a roster deep enough. He said his mouth not moving. I mean, they better have everybody in there from the Phantom Troop. What do the comments say? Yeah, what do the people say? I mean, how many people were in the Phantom Troop? Wasn't it like 8 or something like that? All them niggas better be there. The problem is the gameplay looks fun. It's just the UI and the graphics of the game have a lot to be desired. This will replace the void that the lack of next-gen Marvel vs. Capcom has left. That's a lie. We got 2XO. It's 8. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's 8 of them already. This looks like an early 2000s computer game. I'd rather have a mid 2D fighter over a mid arena fighter any day. I give him that. I agree. Guys, we're getting a 3v3 Hunter fighting game, and I'm so excited. I never thought I'd be able to play a real Hunter fighter game. Who said HunterXHunter don't have a roster? Is that show even finished yet? At worst, this will be a cult-like following. That's what I feel like. I feel like this game will have its audience, but I just don't see this crack in the mainstream. Also, because it's only 16 characters and it's a 3v3, everybody's going to run the same rosters. Because you have to pick 3 characters. I feel like you're going to see the same characters online. You said Hunter never gonna finish? Kilo already looks super cheesy. They gotta add the black girl in there with the dreads. What was her name? Y'all know what I'm talking about? The butler chick, I think. Canary, yeah. Once everybody finds the broken bunch, right. Once people crack the code on who the best 3 characters, everybody's gonna run that shit. And because there's only 16 characters, it's gonna be you're gonna see the same shit on the stage. Looks spammy. I mean, it's a Marvel clone, so like it's gonna be spammy. It's gonna be potentially, I don't want to say infinites, but crazy combos and shit. Who's this made by? I don't know. Does it say in the description box? Hunter Hunter and then Impasse. Let's just Google it. Nah. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay. Maybe they should have just gave it to Bandai. Aiding, a Japanese game development studio. I don't know anything about Aiding. Let's go to their wiki. 93 was their first game. Let's see, what's the last shit that they put out? Am I reading that right? Pikmin 4? Did they make DMF Duel? Is this right? Here, let me ask. Yep, that's them. What are the last 3 video games Japanese studio Aiding made? So yeah, Hunter Hunter and Impact, Rise of the Ronin. They worked on that? What? This ain't right. Is that right? Did they work on that? Oh, never mind. That is them. My dumb ass was right there. Hunter Hunter. So they did work on Pikmin, but that ain't a fighting game. DNF Duel. Do y'all like DNF Duel? Do people like it? Zoids. What is that? I don't get nothing to do with it. It's all making sense. The graphics, the Switch graphics. They worked on Pikmin. It says they worked on Ultimate Marvel versus Capcom 3, so that makes sense why it's a Marvel clone. So, I mean, they're equipped for this type of game. Then that makes sense. They have a little bit of a pedigree. They made a Bloody Roar, so I'm gonna try it. Ooh, oh, they did. Bloody Roar 3 and 4, 2. Oh, they actually the creators. Okay. Damn. Why didn't they make a Bloody Roar? What the fuck? Fuck this Hunter Hunter shit. Make a Bloody Roar. Let me go back to this stuff. DNF Duel flopped with the community. I always felt like DNF Duel was gonna flop just because like it just didn't have the press. Like there was no awareness of that game outside of the FGC. Yo, they're so excited in the background. What up, June? What up, Ace Boogie? Zuri. I feel like these sound effects, somebody was just spitting in the mic. You got me your Yoshi. Looks better than I thought it would. I didn't have any expectations for this game. I don't know. I'm gonna put this game in the category. I don't know how to feel about it. I'm not impressed, but I don't hate it either. I'm also happy it's not an arena fighter. I need to see more because the visuals don't impress me. Like the sound design seems off. The character roster is weird, but the gameplay looks okay. It looks okay. Yeah, it's like a yellow flag to me. I got to see more. I'm not like super gung-ho about this. But we'll see. Let's see. I don't have any like crazy commentary about it. I was expecting another arena game. I think it was confirmed like a month ago that it wasn't going to be. They need to do a breakdown. That's what I'm saying. Like they should have did a proper gameplay trailer. It's like when I tweeted about that, I'm like, yo, they're sweating extra hard on this shit. Like, do an actual trailer breaking down the kits of these characters, or just giving us kind of like the way Mortal Kombat and Tekken 8 did it, like individual characters. Like, I mean, this is the first time you're ever reviewing the game, revealing the game to the world. Like, show everything off, not just these sweaty ass matches. I want to see everything. Like a Sparking Zero trailer, something like that, like something for the general public more. But I get it. This is because it's at Evo, like, so they're trying to appeal to the sweats and shit like that. Interesting though. They dropped the article in Japanese. You got a link to the article. Can I translate it? I'm tired. You got a link to that? Like, can I get a translation of that shit? Now you're bringing me your squid? Let me see. Let's see. First of all, this name is too damn long too. Just search reveal. The Gamer. Demo characters revealed. Footage. We're only a few months away. They're just yapping. Yep, they're just yapping. It's just kind of like the gameplay floating around. And it's literally the channel we just looked at. Hey, buddy, listen. You're gonna have to get on my bumper. Let me find it. Roofle Mogul. Who? Roofy Mongol? I think. Who, nigga? Roofy Mongol? What the hell is that? That's a person? Let's see. Roofy Monger? Roofy Monger. Roofy. Yo, shout out to Quick Thinking with the sub. Appreciate it. First look, gameplay mechanics and details. Okay, this video right here.
Hell,
Roofy Monger.
And welcome. This is Roofle Monger, my friends. HunterXHunter
Roofle. Oh, that's an L, not an I.
Based off the popular anime license.
What is a Roofle
We
Monger?
finally have gameplay. I don't have to show you that same 30-second clip we've been showing you for months and months now. Here's proper gameplay of the game. And before we even get into anything, I think you can tell just by what you're looking at. Yes, this is very much a versus style of game, as in Marvel versus Capcom style versus. 3-on-3 action, crazy air mobility, and just crazy moves just in general. And now that we have some gameplay ahead of its grand debut,
3 times he's a yapper, low-key.
Gameplay, mechanics, all that kind of stuff. Now, a few things before we really get into it. I don't want to really construe this as a negative. However, just by, say, looking at the footage you're looking at, no, the game doesn't exactly have the same budget overall as, say, a 2XKO does.
No, didn't notice that.
The footage could be a little crisper, could be a little bit more high-res. I'm doing the best I can to make it look good here. But yeah, one of the things we knew about this game, Nen Impact, before we even knew it was a proper fighting game was Bushiroad did not give it the highest budget to work with. But you know what? The developer is aiding. The original developers of Marvel vs. Capcom 3, they're doing their best here. And if you're a fighting game player, gameplay should matter a lot more to you than graphics. And that said, for the gameplay, other than some twists, which we're going to go over, this game is basically Marvel vs. Capcom. Obviously, not the same characters. We got the different license. We have the HunterXHunter license here. But gameplay-wise, it kind of fits a lot of the same bills. So that all said, now let's go over what we currently know
patch breakdowns.
So right now, 6 playable characters in the.
Is he like a pro player or something?
By the screen itself, looks like 16 total characters at launch. Although obviously not everyone is known just yet.
He hit the 2 times quick. Yeah, because it's a 16-minute video. He yapping.
And those will be the ones in the game. I'm not sure who those are just yet. I still haven't watched a show. I will. I'm going to get to it. I will watch a show. I've been told that this will probably be my favorite character, and makes sense looking at the character. Looks like it'll be the game's token big character, and that's exactly what I'm going to go for. Now, let's talk controls. So, looks like we have an 8-button game here. So, we have light, medium, and heavy. Those are your basic attacks. Easy enough.
Light, medium, heavy. What?
That. We have the rush button, which I'll go into after this, because that will need a little bit of an explanation. We have the N button. N is Nen Impact, like what's in the title, HunterXHunter Nen Impact, right? So that's the Nen Impact button. And we'll discuss that in a moment as well. P1, P2, these are your 2 assist buttons. This is a 3-on-3 tag fighter. There's going to be a lot of assists. And Arts is the special move button, and we'll start with that. So Arts being the special move button, this game is what we would call a simple input kind of game. So hit the Art button, hit forward or back in the Art button, all that kind of stuff. That gives you your special moves. No need for a Dragon Punch motion or a quarter circle forward motion or anything like that. In fact, to that point, there is no other motions in this game. It's not even like DNF Duel aiding's other game. The special moves in this game are simply hit the special button or a direction and the special button. So I guess in a way there is no simple input because the simple input is the whole like input mechanic. There's an interview, and I'll link that in the video description, and basically part of the game design is they want this to be as easy for beginners as possible. And there's a trend in fighting games. 2XKO is doing much the same, right? 2XKO is a very complicated game, but the inputs is not one of them, and I guess this is another game going that route. They don't special moves like this, what you're seeing on the screen right now. And just like Marvel vs. Capcom, there's quicker level 1 supers and bigger cinematic level 3 super moves. And you can hit 5 bars in total.
Bro knows much as us. Yeah, I feel like he's just looking at the gameplay and like...
There's a lot of Marvel in the game, but once again, this is by the creators of Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Now, I did mention the rush button as well. This is another caveat for beginners. The rush button is the auto combo button, basically. You hold on
auto combos,
start jamming on light, medium, or heavy, and you'll get the appropriate auto combo for it.
So it's Dragon Ball Fighters.
Apparently, given what we know,
modern monkeys, the modern monkeys are coming, guys.
Nothing combos, right? I'm gonna have to assume they won't be like the most optimal combos, but they'll be good enough for beginners to get their damage in. Hopefully, we'll never have another situation like the King of Fighters 14, where Choi's auto combo actually was his optimal combo, funnily enough. But yeah, it's there to give beginners a fighting chance, right? At least they can get some damage in, even if it won't be the most optimal combos. I know some people really don't like auto combos, but hey, this is the way the world works. Auto combos, modern mode, all that kind of stuff. It's how we kind of are in fighting games. The one thing I say at least is you have to hold a dedicated button to get the auto combo, so it's not like you'll get it by accident if you overmash. The only way.
What? What the fuck? This nigga said, well, in its defense, you won't, if you ever do an auto combo, it'll never be on accident. You have to hold the button instead of mashing. What does it matter? It's a it's an auto combo. Like, what does it matter? You're mashing regardless. Whether you hold the button or mash the controller, you're still doing an auto combo. Like, what does that have to do? You're just yapping, bro.
Hey, it works. And now, lastly, what is the Nen impact button?
It's funny. I'm just laughing because the way he said it almost as if like that implies it has more skill. Like, you won't do it by accident because you have to hold the button to do the auto combo. Like, bro, that doesn't take any more skill than mashing the controller. What are we talking about?
It's your drive impact, your focus attack, whatever you want to call it. It's your armored F-off move, basically. And everyone has it. It's its own dedicated button. Once again, this is a game, they want beginners to have an easy time with it, so it's just on its own button. And how
you heard it here first. He said it's gonna be made for scrubs.
Just an armored attack, and it armors through highs and mids, but not lows. So there's a built-in weakness to it. So if you know the enemy is prone to mashing Nen impact getting the armor, just go for a low, you beat it automatically for free. Also down Nen impact, this is probably what this is right here, also armored, but it seems to be like kind of the dedicated anti-air button. We'll have a vertical reaching hitbox and try to snipe people out of the air, and you can start combos. But
why would they go with this fighter for this IP?
Hunter
is about to explore the world.
There you go.
I don't know.
So that's the controls, so nothing too mind-blowing necessarily in and of itself. Base gameplay mechanics now that we've talked things like buttons. So once again, very much a versus game. So when it comes to things like air movement, we got it. Everyone can air dash as far as I can see from this build. Maybe there'll be like a Hulk style character later on that can air dash. I don't know. But for now, everyone seems to air dash and have.
Did I mishear or did he say he's never watched the show? Why have him talk if he doesn't even know who they are? Yeah, he said in the beginning he never watched the show. In his defense, though, I mean, I don't feel like you need to watch the show to play this game. He's a FGC content creator who plays at a high level. He doesn't need to watch the show to understand the mechanics of the game.
Versus game movement. Also, versus game style defense, as push block is very much a thing. So in this game, it's called bounce guard, because you have to have your own term, right? You can't just steal the terms. But it's effectively the same deal. After a block, you can have the enemy kind of reject it out and push.
That's what fucking Tekken 8 needs, some type of push guard or something when niggas mashing their head against the controller. But nope, no defense. Just heat.
Out.
Like
so
you're like a female dog. Also, always in heat.
The red glow in the previous section. So that is the overgear. So overgear, you can see it's just written right there on the health bars. It's a big deal, apparently, as it's very much this game's X factor, like Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and kind of working in a similar way. So when you enter overgear...
This is like a PS4 game? I'm not going to lie. This looks like a tail-end PS3 game. Early PS4. I'd say this is like a tail-end PS3 game, like The Last of Us.
Stop time, defend yourself, or perhaps start a combo. And much like Marvel vs. Capcom, the more of your characters that are dead...
It could be like the compression, though.
The more damage you will do, and the faster your character is. Suffice it to say, X Factor is kind of a big deal in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, right? Sort of a game-defining mechanic. And since, once again, I'll keep saying it, just to get it in your heads here, this is the developers of Marvel vs. Capcom 3 making this game, so overgear probably going to be a big deal. Now, here I do want to point out something that's a bit different than how other versus games tend to do things, and that's health recovery. So let's rewind. Let's look at that last section, actually. Let's look at Kahlua here. Hopefully I'm pronouncing the name right. I will watch the show eventually.
Button mashing and health recovery.
Recoverable health, right? You know, the gray part of the bar. Sure, that all makes sense. And also tagging looks like Marvel vs. Capcom style tagging. Now here I got the health bar highlighted. So there's a small delay. No health regenerating yet, and this is all happening in real time. Now look how fast this health recovers. This is insane. Like, yeah, okay, there is that delay on the health regeneration, sure. But after that, you get back almost all the recoverable health, like instantaneously almost.
Who is Kahlua? He said he's never seen the show. Cut the man some slack. You know they gonna fry his ass. Let him be.
According to this, I am not sure if there is, like, say, a snapback mechanic where you can force an enemy to tag out against their will. Given the incredible health recovery of someone who is tagged out, I would think that there would be, because other than that short delay, if you don't get them tagged out and back in real quick, they're gonna get all that health back really fast. Like, we're gonna have another example here in a moment. And once again, small delay, no health regen, and then as soon as it kicks in, it basically kicks in all the way, and that health is, it's just so fast. It's so crazy that it's...
What the fucking scrub ass shit? What? Did you... Hold up. So it's not like Marvel vs. Capcom where like someone tags them out and the health slowly comes back. Like that makes sense why they did that mechanic in these type of games for like balance reasons. So people can't abuse it. But are you am I hearing and seeing this correctly? When you tag somebody out, they instantly get their health back?
Health back really fast. Like we're gonna have another example here in a moment. And once again, small delay, no health regen. And then as soon as it kicks in, it basically kicks in all the way. And that health is, it's just so...
He said, love that. Niggas is going to be spamming it's 5 seconds to the instant. That's still too damn fast. Motherfucker's gonna be spamming the tag out. I don't know. That feels a little scrubby.
Fast. It's so crazy that it's so fast. Like, yeah, any tag game, any fighting game tag game where your partner's tagged out and, you know, they have recoverable health, if it's a game with that, they're going to regenerate it, but just the rate it regenerates at is just really absurd. And, well, that's that, I guess. We'll figure it out in time. Now, here's another one where we're going to rewind a little bit. So, enemy knocked out, new character comes in, and they just come in. There's no transition, there's no scene effect, there's no cutscene, there's nothing like that. They just come in while the enemy can do whatever they want. Now, this usually has always led to trouble in Marvel games and all sorts of
Is this a Mortal Kombat 1 killer? Mortal Kombat 1 killed itself.
In more modern games like Dragon Ball FighterZ, if you got bopped, you lost the character, okay.
Whoa, he got bopped. Nah, I didn't play a lot of Mortal Kombat 1 because that game fucking sucks, but I don't remember getting bopped. Like,
take a breath. We're going to do a little cutscene. We're going to reset the neutral.
I'm immature, sorry.
Nice and fair for everybody. Go from there. Say for even more modern 2XKO, maybe we don't fully reset the neutral, but there is the little cutscene. Okay, take a breather, reset. Okay, let's figure it out from here. Nen Impact does not subscribe to these modern conventions, it looks like. So when you lose a character and your new character's coming in, prepare for mix-up for game, basically, because once the setups start getting figured out, and I'm sure they will exist, you'll probably have a 50-50 chance to lose your character on the spot. Is that fair? No, not at all, but this is not going to be a fair game. I'm going to tell you that right now. This is going to be a dirty, grimy, greasy game.
Greasy.
And you know what? For a lot of you, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what you want. So it all kind of works out in the end. It might have a lot of, easy for beginner mechanics, sure, but it's going to be a very greasy game in the end. And now for yet another mechanic, let's rewind just a moment again. So here you can see the quick gear. So what is quick gear? It uses up all of your recoverable health, and you'll see in slow motion here if you have a look. When the quick gear goes off, all of Leorio's recoverable health goes away, but he just kind of resets in place. Basically very similar to the conversion system in DNF Duel, which is another game made by...
That's interesting he got Leorio's name correctly, but not Killua. Leorio!
Also, depending on the amount of health you burn, it's
who told you that?
A small buff as well, indicated by the blue glow you're seeing right here. So yeah, a lot like DNF Duel. If you have recoverable health to burn, you can do whatever you're doing, cancel out of your
It's
motion.
a lot of like DNF Duel. That game's dead as fuck. That's not a good thing.
Effectively like a Roman cancel, and then keep your offense going. So you're effectively using your health as a resource. Honestly, as far as DNF Duel goes, it was a pretty cool
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Leorio is a harder name. Like, from like the spelling, like you only know how to pronounce his name Leorio because you've seen the show. So I'm like, how did you get Leorio correctly but not Killua? Like, that's funny.
What we know for now. I'm sure there's plenty of mechanics that I'm not aware of currently or not announced currently. I can only go by what little is out there and also what I can notice myself for what's in the game.
What up, Tattles?
But that's it as it currently stands, anyways. And now just to kind of talk about the game. So everything I've been seeing out of this so far, granted, very limited footage from people who are only really playing the game for the first time, right? But there's a lot of the versus games.
Yo, shout out Potato Man.
Like Gon has all sorts of crazy armored attacks, armored dive kick style moves, Kurapika with the chain thing. Once again, I'm not sure what it is. I'll watch the anime eventually. But like gigantic, most of the screen attacks that do not have a hurt box attached to them. Like it seems like the right kind of wild for a versus game. Now, I know graphically it's not a powerhouse. It's certainly no Dragon Ball FighterZ.
I feel like Hisoka's not zesty enough in his movements.
Or whatever. My understanding when the game originally got announced, and this is before we even knew it was a 2D fighting game, is that the budget was very low, roughly 650,000 American dollars.
Oh my God. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense why the game... So like the way this game looks, this is what it's going to look like. They don't even have $1 million budget for this game. That's fucking insane in 2024. In that case, I'd say they did pretty good with what they have, but I'd argue that this game is DOA. That's actually a giant red flag. Only 650,000 to make it. They probably aren't gonna have the money to budget it for. They're not gonna have the budget to like market the game. So like it's just gonna come out. Meaning the only way this game is probably gonna succeed is like the FGC has to fuck with it hardcore, and like anime fans. Like anime fans are probably gonna have to hardcore. So if you like this game, make sure you support it because, like, yeah, I didn't know the budget was that small. That's crazy. This is pretty much an indie game.
Which these days in game dev is not much. So hey, maybe it's not a looker, but as long as the gameplay is there, that's what really matters. If the gameplay is cool, if it truly is by what it looks like a modern interpretation of Marvel vs. Capcom 3, there'll definitely be an audience for that gameplay. The game will be open to the public this weekend at EVO Japan, and I'm sure someone's going to figure out some really dirty setups or combos, just some really greasy, grimy stuff. Then everyone will lose their minds, and we'll probably forget about the graphics. Like, it doesn't even bother me, honestly.
Just
but
had the
I'm
little
already
flame
seeing
with
the
the
arguments on
sub.
Twitter as I'm editing this video, so that's the reason I'm bringing this up. But other things like the whole game is simple.
I don't think the FGC is rocking with this since it's anime. True. That's what I'm saying. It's probably gonna have to be the anime fans.
There's like a dedicated drive impact button, the NEN impact, right? So as far as like just getting beginners hands-on, it'll be easy enough. Combo structure, I'm sure, is like Marvel, like light, medium, heavy ABC combos. You can dial it in. So it won't be hard to like get your hands on this game and get started. Obviously there'll be advanced stuff, sure, but with a popular enough license, I know this isn't Dragon Ball or One Piece or anything, but a popular enough license, bring in the beginners, hey, maybe you'll get a few new fighting game fans out of it as well. So far, I'll say my initial impressions are positive. I'm liking what I'm seeing.
I guess my biggest concern is not even the graphics, but like I watched this video, and maybe because we don't have, maybe we gotta wait, maybe we don't have enough info, but like I didn't really hear anything new in the gameplay mechanics. That's the biggest concern. Like it's just Marvel vs. Capcom, and I'm like, I don't have it like it's niche, but like you also got to do something with the formula. The only thing I saw was like the instant healing. The FGC fucks with fighters though. Yeah, I didn't say they didn't, but I'm saying like you still got to do something different. Like I'm not sure I'm seeing enough here new to where it's gonna hold a long time.
I'm sure eventually when I know more about the game, I'll like, oh, this character's so stupid, oh, this thing's so broken, and we can cry and complain for nerfs or whatever. But till that point, everything looks all right to me, right? I like the general game flow. The movement seems to be what it needs to be, right? Once again, it's not the fastest right now with this gameplay, but these people who are only playing the game for the first time, so they're not fully confident in what they're doing at the moment. It'll get better when people play more, I'm very, very sure. But everything seems all right.
All I heard that was new from the gameplay, unless I'm bugging, is the instant heals when you tag them out and you have to hold down the button for auto combos. Ooh. But it's pretty much Marvel. That's about it. If they sell it for like 30, it'll be fine. Yeah, the pricing will matter too.
Classic 3-1-3, you got the multiple assists, you have Overgear, which is effectively not X Factor, but also bringing in some other things like the DNF dual conversion system, which will probably make offense even crazier than it already is.
Yeah, the budget probably hurt their ability to make any type of new mechanics because you're basically bleeding cash really quickly. You only have so much time to do stuff. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This is looking like probably a skip for me. Not like a fuck this game, but like, like they're a better anime fight. Like, why would I want to play this when like and also the big elephant in the room is unfortunately this is a Marvel game, and once again we have Riot's game coming, and Riot is a Marvel's game and it looks 1,000 times better. And when it comes to fighting games, there's only so much time that you can allocate to them learning these characters and stuff like that. Like I just rather play this game.